Welcome. Let us all together explore the concept turgidity and flaccidity. Water and minerals present in the soil are absorbed by roots. The root hairs are surrounded by soil water. All the cells present in the root hairs are subjected to the phenomenon called osmosis. Osmosis is nothing but is the movement of water molecules from higher concentration to lower concentration through a semi-permeable membrane. All the cells present in the root hair has one unique feature. The cells have concentration more than the surrounding soil. So the process of osmosis will continue till the concentration of cell sap in the cell is more than the surrounding soil. Turgidity refers to cells or tissues that are swollen from water uptake. When water moves into the plant cell, the vacuole present in the cell gets bigger and bigger, pushing the cell membrane against the cell wall. Cells reach one stage where it cannot accommodate any more water. This is called turgid and the condition is called turgidity. This also happens when the cell is exposed to hypotonic solution. Based on their tonicity, the solutions are divided into three different types: hypotonic, hypertonic and isotonic solutions. Hypotonic solutions are nothing but they have very less solute and they have more water. Hypertonic solutions have more solute and less water. Isotonic solution has the same amount of water and solutes.
This state of equilibrium, when no more water can enter into a cell, is called turgidity, and the cell is said to be turgid, that is, fully charged with water. In this condition, the cell protoplast, it exerts outward pressure against the cell wall. The pressure exerted by the cell protoplast against the cell wall in turgid condition is called turgopressure. An equal pressure is exerted by the elastic cell wall against the cell contents. An inward pressure exerted by the cell wall against the cell protoplast under fully turgid condition is called wall pressure.
When turgid, the cell is in somewhat balanced state. No water enters or leaves. Its turgor pressure counterbalances the wall pressure. No further absorption of water takes place even though the concentration of solutes inside the cell is greater. But in some cases, the cell wall is unable to bear the turgor pressure and it bursts. The rupturing and bursting of cell is called cytolysis. When a plant cell is placed in a hypertonic solution, the water from inside the cell cytoplasm diffuses out and the plant cell is said to be flaccid. If the plant cell is then observed under the microscope, it will be noticed that the cytoplasm has shrunk and pulled away from the cell wall. When the flaccid cell is again placed in the hypertonic solution, it results in the condition called plasmolysis. Plasmolysis is the process of shrinkage or contraction of the protoplasm of the plant cell as a result of loss of water from the cell. So it is one of the results of osmosis and occurs very rarely in nature, but it happens in some extreme conditions. We need to know about one more condition called deplasmolysis. It is just the reversal of plasmolysis. In deplasmolysis, water from the outside environment rushes into the cell through a process called osmosis, which creates a turgor pressure. So this also can be achieved when the plasmolyzed cell is exposed to hypotonic solution. When the cell is kept in hypertonic solution, the cell become flaccid, and further if it is in hypertonic solution, it leads to a condition called plasmolysis. If the cell is placed in hypotonic solution, the cell will become turgid, and sometimes again the turgid cell, if it is kept in the hypotonic solution for longer time, it leads to cytolysis. If the cell is kept in isotonic solution, there is no net movement of water molecules and the cell will remain the same. What is the use of turgidity to the plant cell? Let us think for a while. Turgidity provides rigidity to the soft tissues in the leaves. So the turgid cell from a leaf with enough water will look healthy all the time. So in the afternoon and all, you might have noticed the plant leaves will wilt. So that is because of the flaccid nature. Thank you.